is Sam, and thanks for checking out this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell notification thing and give the video a thumbs up. If you watch me regularly, you'll notice it's kind of a different setup again, probably. I keep rearranging everything in my living room. I don't know why. I just feel impulse when I have 20 minutes without anything to do. So, yeah. So I want to tell you about all of the books that I read in the month of June, what I thought of them, my most least favorites, and any kind of quirky, heavily sarcastic lessons or things that I thought while reading these books. So this month I read Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh, China Rich Girlfriend by Kevin Kwan, Paper Princess by Aaron Watt, Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins as a reread, The Star-Touched Queen by Roshani Chokshi, To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. Keep wanting to say Alexis. Why? Parsnips Buttered by Joe Lysat as a reread. The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. Lifelike by Jay Kristoff. Furyborn by Claire Legrand. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. The Bird and the Blade by Megan Bannon. I actually DNF'd this. Onyx and Ivory by Mindy Arnett. Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody as a reread. Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. The Winner's Curse by Marie Ratotsky, Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, All the Ever Afters by Danielle Teller, Voyager by Diana Gabaldon as a reread, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White, and the last book that I read this month was People Like Us by Dana Meal. It was kind of like pulling teeth trying to decide between these two to be my favorites, and I was like, wait, I make the rules. I'll just bend them a little bit. So, I have two favorite books this month. They're both amazing. I would highly recommend them both for really anyone that enjoys, like, stuff going on in the book, and drama, and cliffhangers, and magic, and really just everything. So yeah, my favorite books this month were a toss-up between Lifelike by Jay Kristoff, which has a massive cliffhanger and hurt my heart and my brain, and I cannot wait for the second book to come out, and I hate that he's done this to me for this, and God's Grave, because now I'm waiting for the third book in the God's Grave series, or Nevernight series, and then now I'm waiting for book 2 and 3 in the Lifelike series, which is just, seems very uncalled for, okay? And the other book that I read and loved was Onyx and Ivory by Mindy Arnett, so much that I've decided I'm not going to give away my arc on the off chance that I ever have the opportunity to meet her and I can get her to sign this and my finished copy and the pre-swag cards that I got because I freaking loved this book. It has basically everything that I love wrapped up into a single YA fantasy, and it's got such a cool cover. Absolutely love them both. Couldn't pick between the two of them. They're both good on their own, and they're both starts of other series, and I would just highly recommend them both. Now, once again, I feel bad that I didn't like this book and other people liked it, so don't take this personally. I know as soon as I say anything negative on a video, or anything not glowingly positive, I all of a sudden get a thumbs down, which, whatever. But, worst book of the month, easily, was Paper Princess. I literally wrote it, I have like a spreadsheet as I'm going through the month, and as soon as I finished this, I typed this in as worst book of the month. I legitimately horrendously dislike this book. It is so problematic. I know some people are like, oh, it's just trashy, and obviously, like, there's lots of cringy and problematic stuff. I'm just that person that, like, maybe it's just the time that we live in, or just me as a person, I'm a little bit more, like, cynical, or, like, things always I assume things are sketchy to start off with, so my brain was on red alert this whole book. I wasn't able to enjoy any of it. It was just sketchy and uncomfortable and very cringy, and I dislike this book. And I'm not even giving away my copies of this because I don't feel comfortable doing that. It's not a healthy relationship shown in here, so I'm just kind of, like, burn them or recycle them or use them for, like, crafts. Maybe I'll make flowers out of paper or something. I don't know. But I just don't feel comfortable giving this to another person, especially considering it's like YA-ish, new adult-ish, that I don't want people to read this and be like, oh, okay, this is a normal, healthy relationship. Oh god, it's not. And the most surprising book that I read this month was The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White. I tried to read Anti-Darken before and DNF'd it. I'm kind of tempted now to give Anti-Darken another go, because I didn't hate this book. I've never read Frankenstein, I will say that, but I didn't like her other work that I have read, so I was kind of excited about the premise. I don't love the cover, though, so that was even another, like, do I really want to read this book? But the arc came into my ownership for a little while, so I gave it a go, and I'm letting my coworker read it now before I send it to my friend who sent me my copy of Heretics Anonymous, which is somewhere up on these bookshelves here, because I absolutely love that arc. But despite not liking Kiersten White's other work and having never read Frankenstein and not loving the cover, I actually enjoyed this. I was pretty surprised. I went in being like, yeah, I'm going to have another DNF this month. But it's not super long, and I didn't mind it. So, yeah. Alright, lessons and thoughts from this month. First off, Reign of the Fallen. I ship Meredy and Odessa so hardcore that I know for a fact, having not read the arc, having heard nothing of what the actual story of the sequel is, that Meredy's brother / Odessa's ex-boyfriend, or I guess, yeah, he's ex-boyfriend technically, is not dead. There's no way. He's coming back to life. There's zero chance, and there's gonna be drama about it. I just know it. It's just a setup. It's just, I've read enough books to be anticipating this. If I'm wrong, awesome. But I don't buy it. China Rich Girlfriend just reiterated the thing that I've always believed of don't coddle your children, because know what they'll do? They'll get drunk in university and kill people in a car accident. Just saying. Do you want, what's that kid called that killed a bunch of people in the car accident and his parents like tried to smuggle him to Mexico or something like that? And he got like 2 days in jail or something like that because he was brought up without consequences. Don't be that parent, okay? Just don't. Paper Princess just made me want to rant about why on earth do we publish... There are 8 ways of making books trashy and fun and goofy and just pure enjoyable and kind of like you don't have to think about it enjoyment. You can publish them without having immensely unhealthy relationships that are never evaluated, that are never questioned, that are never shown for the author's undertone of being like, this is messed up, okay? We need to stop that. We need to stop that whole 50 Shades of Grey. We need to stop this Paper Princess stuff. It's just bad. Stop having people read that and think that that's healthy and normal, because it's not, and it's so infuriating. Mockingjay is the result of what happens when an author doesn't know how to end a series. And I mean that as someone, I enjoyed this book. But the ending, it's a horrible ending of a trilogy. Dear Lord! I tried to come up with a lesson or some thought that came out of my head reading The Star-Touched Queen, but literally all I could think of was, it was beautiful writing, but I couldn't tell you what the heck the story is about. I was totally lost at the end of it. I'm gonna reread it. I want to read the sequel. It was beautifully written. Could not tell you what the book is about. I didn't think that that was humanly possible. To Kill a Kingdom made me really happy that we are now in this age where we're starting to revert the fairy tales back to, like, the Grimm brothers. Like, that darkness where, like, Cinderella's sisters cut off their foot to fit their foot in the glass slipper. None of this Disney stuff. We're like, nah. I don't know what it says about our society that we're doing that, but I know that I thoroughly enjoy the dark fairy tales. Far more than the Disneyfied ones. Along that same kind of line of thought, we're super obsessed with fantasies with dark slavery aspects to them. I mean, it's always like slavery is bad and don't do it and, you know, just don't do that tones, but it's still kind of messed up. I mean, very messed up, but... By the way, I also want a tiara made of ash. It just sounds cool. And I mean, I already have dog hair at my apartment anyways and I have to sleep all the time. It's okay if there's ash on the ground at this point. It just sounds so cool. Parsnip's Butter just kind of reminded me, because I read it a while ago, but having reread it, that I need to upgrade my customer service complaint skills. I'm lacking. I'm far too polite at this point. That's not even true. I'm just far too basic at this point. I need to come up with these elaborate lies that confuse the customer service representative so much that they're not totally sure if I'm lying or if I'm crazy. Lifelike just reminded me, my monthly reminder really, how much I hate Jay Kristoff. He's a horrible human being. He writes amazing cliffhangers and makes us wait for like a year for the book. So really, don't read any of his series until, just buy them as they come out, and just don't read them until they're done coming out. And make sure that you have like a week off to just power through the whole series. Because don't do that to yourself. That's like emotional abuse. Furyborn and A Gathering of Shadows just gave me my monthly fill that is always, always, always needed of books with magical duels and tournaments and battles, as well as multiple timelines. I'm a total sucker for these. And honestly, it came up in basically like half of the books probably that I read this month, but specifically in Furyborn and Onyx and Ivory. I freaking love prophecies in books. They mess with my mind so much, and I keep over-evaluating things months after I've finished the book. I need those to continue, and I want them to continue, and they should always be awesome, as they seem to always be. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue made me want to start a petition that we should bring back the European tour. I don't know how we're all going to pay for it, but I feel like it's something we should all get to do. I feel like that would also make us much more well-rounded individuals, because I know people that have, like, literally never left their hometown. Ace of Shades made me kind of interested in actually learning how to play poker, or a card game other than Go Fish. I mean, Crazy Eights gets kind of, like, excessive for my brain, but I kind of want to learn how now. Heart of Iron made me want to go on Google as soon as I finished this book, and start re-Googling and rereading all the information about the Anastasia conspiracy theories. I mean, I know what happened. Our logical brain knows what happened. But we all love the Disney movie. We all wish something like, oh, she actually never died. She's been this whole time. She's been here all along. I just love all the conspiracy theories. People like us and Truly Devious just reminded me why I kind of hate mysteries. I love them, but I have a specific bone to pick, I feel, always with mystery series. You need to release them all at once. Don't do this to me. I have 3 books that I have to wait to find out who did murdering, and it's just... ugh. You don't, like, start a game of Clue that you can only get, like, a third of the way through. No! You play till the end until you know who the murderer is. Voyager reminded me, even though she's only in it for, like, 2 minutes, Larry is still a... Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is the Harry Potter book that makes my Snape meter hater rage boil over. And finally, All the Ever Afters by Danielle Teller made me team Evil Stepmother. And on that note, and the perfect timing, because it's starting to rain again, I literally frantically am filming between storm clouds, because it's just getting really dark and rainy where I live. So, on that note, let me know what you read this month, if you've read any of these and what you thought, if I taught you any lessons. Let me know in the comment section down below. Also check the description, because I will link all the books to their Goodreads pages, and link all of my social media. If you follow me, I will follow you